So looking at this last one, we got to solve a system of equations and use the graph. And it's a word problem. So we're going to have to write our two equations. So two families went ice skating. So right away, I kind of know like I'm going to have an equation for one family and an equation for the other family. So the Branch family paid 160 total, two children, and two adults. And X is the price of child tickets. Y is the price of adults. So that's good to see. So we're going to do a total of 160. So it's got to equal 160. And we're doing two children. So I'm going to do 2x because I said child is x right there, plus two adults, which is y, equals 160. And the other family, the Wall family, paid a total of 260 for 2 and 4. So this one's going to be a total of $260 for two children and 4 adults. So graph your system of equations on the set of axes below. Now, before we graph an equation here, we got to get y by itself. So I'm going to subtract 2x from both sides. We'll get 2y equals negative 2x plus 160. Divide all these terms by 2. We get y equals negative 2 divided by 2 is just negative 1x or negative x plus 80. So I'm going to start my y-intercept at 80. And then my slope is negative 1, down 1 over 1. Now you should check the axes, but since it's 10 for this on the x-axis and 10 for the y, down 1 over 1, it's the same. Since the axes are going by the same intervals. Put all these points down 1 over 1. So there's my first line. Bad line, but you should hit all the points. I'm doing it on my computer screen, so it's a little harder. So now I got to get this blue one, the Wall family. I want to get the y by itself. I'm going to subtract 2x from both sides. So 4y equals negative 2x plus 260. Then I'm going to divide by 4. All these terms divided by 4. So y equals negative 2 divided by 4 is negative 1/2 x. 260 divided by 4. Oh man, I need the calculator. 260 divided by 4. I have a guess, but I might be wrong. 65. 260 divided by 4 is 65. I would have been wrong. Plus 65. So I'm going to go to 65 for my y-intercept on this equation. And now my slope is down 1 over 2. Down 1 over 2. Down 1 over 2. Down. Be careful, my line was bad, so that is not the point. Down 1 over 2. This is the point where it hits. So here's my key point. Down 1 over 2, right? If we want to keep graphing this, down 1 over 2. So this line looks like this. State what the coordinates of the intersection are. So it is 30, and that's the price of child tickets. So it's 30, comma, 50, price of adult tickets. So the X is the price of the child tickets. So in the context of this problem, a child ticket costs $30. And an adult ticket costs $50. And that makes sense. Adult tickets usually cost more, so it's always good to double check and make sure your answer makes sense. You should be ready for the test now.